You know how they say you shouldn't shoot the same thing 8 times in a row? Well, that's something I'm trying to embody. I mean, it's a miracle that this video is what you're watching, because I've done this about 6 times already, but twice fully. Makes me think that even though I've capped the amount of attempts I have at a video like this, where I just take it on the run at 3 takes, this third take has technically involved 4 other takes. Just me stopping in the middle of the video instead of finishing it. So I need to have that in mind as well, so I don't go OCD. Maybe that's not healthy or politically correct to say. To note, say you're gonna go OCD. I mean, isn't it kind of like a mindset? I feel that if you, well, it's not so simple. It's very painful, I'd imagine. I am sorry if you're OCD. But, yes, I do feel that you can change your ideology and really overcome it, and very much have it behind you and just be a different person. Not a different person, you've decided to change in a certain way, you're still yourself. So that's important to remember. Like, let's say you fail at, what's something I fail, speaking eloquently. Look at how eloquently I'm speaking. It's crazy. You're probably thinking, wow, this guy's so elegant and such. No, not that. But, like, yeah, it might surprise you to know that I actually spoke like stranger before. Like a weirdo. Can you even imagine that? Anywho, no. No, I shouldn't joke in a video like this, because it's probably direly boring to hear, like, unfunny jokes, kind of, or not, like, there are these types of jokes where I feel like I'm the only one that's really finding it funny. Like, I'll say something, and I know I'm the only one with the knowledge required to find that funny. Not intelligence, just knowledge, so there's that. You know, I'll make my best friend laugh because he, yeah. So yeah, I actually used to make jokes in high school, and like a type of joke where like I would act edgy because everyone knew I really wasn't, kind of. But yeah, so I'd say certain things that like would just sound outrageous, but they're just funny because I said them. But that's not healthy by any means, and you shouldn't take advantage of people viewing you in a good light, or in a light that's not the other one. Because the other one's not a bad light, technically, in my opinion. I love people that speak in ways that are more open. I feel like people don't express their opinion enough. I would love to hear people's opinions, but I really just don't hear them. So that's a shame. And you could also tell that I found the pause button, so now I can like cut to like different shots and it'll seem really smooth and natural. No, I changed my voice so much for that last one. Wow, it's probably dizzying too. Like, what if I like went to like a different place every single time I spoke? Like, what? That would be crazy. So I won't be doing that. Anyways, I'd like to talk about a play I saw. Probably gonna talk about it for the millionth time now. I'm getting kind of bored, so what I like to do when I say the same thing, kind of, is that I'll just spice it up. You know, I don't have to say the same exact thing. So what I'll tell you is that I like am probably a person that the play was like talking about, kind of. Not really. No, not in any way. Very loose connection, because it was talking about extreme ideologies. I don't have extreme ideologies, so that's the disconnect there. But it was talking about, you might be able to tell which ethnicity I am, and yeah, so it was talking about extreme ideologies, and I am very sure you can imagine which one, in particular, and, yeah, I didn't connect with it at all, because it was a bunch of jargon. Probably the worst play I've ever, you know, I don't want, it's the worst play I've ever seen. It was just so bad. It's a 70-minute play. It said it was gonna be 90 minutes. And, like, that's already a really short amount of time, and they condensed it even more to 70 minutes. And what he was saying barely made sense. I just learned of, you know, cause, I don't know more than the average person about the, extreme, Middle Eastern ideologies, to be completely honest. I legitimately don't. And I went to school with a lot of Middle Eastern people, So yeah, that's interesting. People might think otherwise, I guess. Um, but yeah. So that probably maybe even less cuz I know the normal Islamic ideologies. Um, so that's just mainly what's on my mind. I feel like other people would think more towards what's on the news. But for me, I mean, my first instinct is just, what actually exists for the majority. So that, but yeah, I didn't get much from the play though, unfortunately, except, hey, there are these crazy internet sites and, crazy, happenings, but, like, I don't know why these happen. I don't really know why, I just lost my place. So, right. Yeah, it really hurt its ideas, ability to, so the play, I forgot what I was. Oh yeah, I wanted to learn more about these things because I don't know about them. And when you don't know something, well, thankfully humans are curious, and this can be a good or a bad thing. But if you're an experienced learner like me, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. So I'm like, okay, let me really see what's behind this, and I feel like I can solve the world problems. And I'm like, okay, let's analyze. But it just had that's what I did, but it had so much jargon. I was very lost. I couldn't understand what they were saying. I felt like a lot of people understood better than I did and got more out of it. And there's definitely really good information I got in terms of just information in this dark area of knowledge, I guess. Not dark, like a blank area of knowledge. While I feel like a lot of people also were very lost. My friend was lost, who's also Middle Eastern. I mean, that doesn't really impact, but he's a memer though too. Like they're talking about Middle East and memes and stuff. Like, I mean, I feel like everyone was lost to be honest, unless you were really like politically active and you know about incidents or whatnot that they were referring to. So yeah, that was a little unfortunate, but I still learned, of course, because how could I not? So there's that. That's all. I want you guys to have a good sleep. Where's yeah, a good sleep or a good like waking up and get ready for that day because you're gonna do amazing today. Don't let a poorly executed YouTube video just that talks about a poorly executed play cause let that serve as inspiration, no motivation to succeed in the ways that the YouTube video and the play did not.